Hey everyone, welcome back to some more FGO Thirstday, and today we're starting off with Florence Nightingale, aka... There's no aka? No. Potato. Okay, I guess I'm gonna insert aka... Angry Healer? Something like that. When I think about it, Florence Nightingale, you know, being Berserker and heal all that, kind of reminds me of a class I wanted to make for an MMO game. Me and my brothers talk about that a lot. Oh, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Me and my brothers talked about this game, and I had this idea of a healer. We had barbarians. Well, thank you too. And I wanted a healer that was literally named Angry Healer, which is a barbarian yelling at people and by that healing them. Literally like, it's just a flesh wound, and the wound will start healing because the body, natural reaction to that man's shouting at them just made them heal themselves. Very silly, but also very funny. I think so at least. So, and Florence Nightingale, I actually kind of like her, you know? She's not too crazy design-wise, so to speak, and she's not like standing out like, oh no, they plucked off her arm. Oh no, like other servants and all of that. I like the gun. That's a cool gun. And a lot of med packs and stuff like that. Yeah, in general, I do like. And I do love that she got this nice animation update. And I love this nurse with a big sword. That's just so good. Tifa, what is it? I'm playing. I'm reading FGO. You know? Florence Nightingale, Berserker, historical fact, Europe, female, lawful good, 165. Well, not smaller than many others we've seen. Character voice Ram, Artemis. Oh yeah, dude, that's a combo of servants. Oh my god, his stats: strength, buttocks plus, endurance A plus, agility B plus, D plus, A plus, and D. Isn't this like in? Because I do know that when they add a plus to it, it's really strong. And 2 plus, of course, is double the strong because they have 2. So that's crazy. My hair is like, well, whatever. But yeah, that is some wacky stats right there. Holy shit! And that luck, dude. Can I get Nightingale and she can literally like play the jackpot machine for me? I would like that. Mad Enhancement EX ranks up all parameters, but deprives her most of her sanity. Nightingale can still talk calmly, but all her words are said to herself. Communication is difficult. Well, that sounds like a berserker. It's not like me. I'm talking to myself. When I think about it, that is actually what I'm doing right now. I'm talking to myself. And then I hope that you guys sit there and take in my voice with your ears. That's a bit weird. But yeah, so maybe I have Mad Enhancement EX as well? I wouldn't be surprised. Anatomy Knowledge A. Display high precision understanding of the human body. A buff to treatment type, skills, or magic. It enables her to target opponent's vital points with extreme precision. Adds a damage buff when attacking and decreases damage taken when attacked. For Nightingale, this is not only knowledge but also a series of instinct fixed into her muscle memory. Dude, I would actually like Nightingale Saber. Like, not the Berserker, but a Saber. And instead of a sword, she have this massive scalpel instead. Wouldn't that be cool? I think so. Nurse of Steel. Yeah, unlike me. With balls of lead that's slowly poisoning me and I'd crumble. Damn you balls. Treats her allies using scalpels, medication. Oh, talk about that! See? Made of mana. Since it was strengthened by anecdotes of her saving people, it's possible to treat even severe wounds. She can treat people's servants equal. She's mostly limited to the 19th century technology. 17th to 19th centuries. 18 is it? Oh man, 19th century technology. Why are they writing in Roman numerals like this suddenly? I can read it, but it takes a bit to me to process it, because my brain is like, meh. So you can't expect the same treatment result from other people doing the same procedures. So you can't. But wouldn't that be cool? I mean, to be fair, she was literally the one that made massive progress when it came to healthcare and hospitalization and stuff like that. And that would also be a nice thing to have like a saber Nightingale that as a servant or someone, they learn of the era they are in. So she would learn the modern medicine, and I could see that she's like, oh, learning, and she's like, oh, damn, or she'd be like, well, what the fuck? And then she'd go around slap people in the face because they don't wear face masks because of COVID. Dude, imagine if Nightingale was out there and people were out there and not wearing masks or social distancing or anything like that. All these YouTubers and the TikTokers and influencers in general, and famous people that are like having parties in this fucking pandemic, she will go there and slap them fucking silly. That would actually be pretty nice to see. Angel's Gel. What? A heartfelt gel from the woman known as the Angel of Crimea. It stirs the soul of everyone who has it, considering improving their instinct to survive. Dude, see, she could literally be the angry healer, as I said. She even scream. And people are like, whoa, survive. No, Phantasm, Nightingale's pledge. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous. Rank D, noble. Tomax target 100 people. What? A representation of Nightingale's mentality when she ran through the battlefields of face against death, and also connected to the very concept of a nurse as angels in gowns who saves the sick and injured, established in the modern age from her own anecdotes. Damn. The image of the giant torso of a goddess in gown, very similar to Nightingale, appears and swings down her sword. It negates all toxicity and aggression within its effect range. In other words, weapons and normal fantasy temporarily lose their effects. Poisons and, in a servant case, many other statues' alterations are eliminated. Swords are dropped from hands, guns cannot spit out their bullets, bomb cannot start a chemical reaction, magic cannot be compiled, and no cannot have their true name released. A possible established perfect oh man, dude, are the alt-right gonna be like, oh, look, Nightingale, she wants safe spaces, yeah. Dude, when I think about this ability is literally how I pretty much made, Alfred Nobel's Nobel Peace Prize ability, aka his Phantasm, where he's like literally make everyone like unable to attack, like, everyone is like forced to be peaceful as long as they are in like the area or something like that. I don't remember exact, but that is pretty much it what I did. Man, me and Nightingale, we are connected in some weird ways. In addition, as a recovery effect, greatly restoring physical and magical energy for any number of targets. But to be fair, that is actually really, really bonkers, Not only that you heal and all that, but so, I mean, you're not able to attack or unleash your no fantasy and stuff like that. That is pretty bonkers. I like that. Personality. The Angel of Crimea, who takes duty and devotion as her creed. A woman of faith. No difficulty could ever diminish her conviction. She only has one principle of conduct: saving people. She has a strong mental fortitude that lets never lose heart and say what needs to be said to anyone, even the Queen of England. She's also known as a Little War Office. Oh yeah, I remember reading that somewhere. She has enough persistence to be called a one-woman army. In her current state, since her metal is now combined with a man enhancement skill EX, she will probably not listen to anything people tell her, unlike how she was when she was alive. Yeah, that is also why I really, really would like to see Nightingale as a saber or a caster or whatever. Though saber would actually be quite cool, because I mean she literally have a sword there. Dude, maybe they could make her a saber and she had that sword. Wouldn't that be cool? Am I the only one? I'm probably not the only one. While I do like her as an, because her personality is pretty funny and all that, and I like the idea of this healer that is like berserker and completely fucking bonkers. But I still think that so much is lost about what she could be because of that, Because to be fair, berserkers are not the most famous characters for being the most intriguing. I mean, like Heracles is cool and all that, but there are many other cooler characters. Like Eric. No, Eric is not cooler than Heracles. Ha! You fell for that one, potato. But yeah, seriously, I think that would be fun. I think that would be cool. Motivation and attitude towards the master. Nightingale's existence can be summed up exclusively to overseeing people. She is not properly aware of the master. As she vaguely perceives them as basically the commanding officer of my squad, she will say, "You must improve our barracks' sanitary conditions. Are we lacking more nutritious food?" Every now and then, she ignores the replies. She only does what she wants, stuff like rescue work, nursing, or hygienizing your place. Yeah, that was the thing that she really, really made massive progress on. It was to keep things sanitary, because she realized, like, yeah, dirty place, when you have been treating wounds, that's not good. I mean, but we today say, like, I mean, no shit, Sherlock, obviously, but back then, it was awful. Like, I mean, it was a reason why, you could get like one gun wound, even if it's like in your arm or your leg or somewhere it's not really a life-threatening. But infections you got thereafter could kill more than probably the wounds itself, so to speak. Let us save all lives. I will definitely do so, even if I have to take away all lives. I mean, I guess in a way that makes sense, because if everyone is dead, no one is dying, and no one need to be saved. A very gruesome idea. I will do anything to save lives. You heard it right, anything. The word angel in gown never failed to make me laugh. Angels are not those who scatter beautiful flowers. They are those who fight to save those who suffer. If you really are a commanding officer, then you must also obey my instructions. I know the importance of battlefield medicine. Like lack of hygiene causes hell, so please remain clean. Because I do remember that, because when I was studying for work, I did study for a while for work with elderly, stuff like that, like in a retirement home. And then we did have this a little segment about Nightingale, about her, what she brought into the healthcare and all that, because that we still use today, about sanitary conditions, stuff like that. So it's really interesting. Historical image. A person from 18th, 19th century England. Why do they write like that suddenly? I don't think they've done that before. Except maybe when it's a Roman character, but okay. An invincible lady with an absolute creed of saving people. She has faced an absurdly cruel battle against her world and era, themselves by means of medicine and nursing. As soon as she returned from her military service as a manager of nurses, she became well loved all over England due to her feats as the Angel of Crimea, receiving a large donation from multiple sources, from people of importance to groups of soldiers. These were used to fund the Nightingale Foundation, which, among many others, built London's St. Thomas Hospital and the Nightingale Training School and Home for Nurses. It is said before long the nurses taught by Nightingale in London St. Thomas Hospital would travel to hospitals all over the world and highly contribute to improve the world hygiene and nursing. The world changed by her action, even if just a little. Even today, all knows about to enter the field of medicine swear to Nightingale pledge. Dude, that's pretty awesome, actually. Yeah, I think she would be awesome to have as a saber or something like that. Character, what? That's a lot. Character in FGO, she wanted to save people. That wish was a little bit too strong. Despite being born in a high-class family, despite being a beauty of high society, the young girl wanted to be a nurse, a profession often associated with the poor. Naturally, she faced opposition, fierce opposition from her mother and sister. However, even though they thought she was crazy, she did not give up and managed to enroll in the Kaiserswerth Institute in Germany, the best medicine school in the 18th century. After obtaining medical and nursing knowledge and technology, she was hired by London's Harley Street Hospital as a manager for the reform of the nursing body. She paid for modern equipment from her own pocket and worked to improve nurses' condition. After that, she taken acquaintance Secretary at War Sidney Herbert request to a military service in the Crimean War as a British Armed Force General Manager of Medicine and Nurses, but what she found there was hell. In a way, I'm not surprised at all, because war is hell, sadly. It is just a mess. They had hygiene problems originated from a lack of understanding of medicine and nursing and applied several outdated regulations. So as she felt that war medicine had turned into in all aspects of hell, she roused herself and her fellow nurses about the need to reform it. Although the mortality rate in war medical barracks increased for a short time, she continued working with unshakable conviction. Turned sanitation and proper nursing into the norm, spent personnel resources without spare for funding, and led to the saving of many lives 6 months later. By the end of it, she managed to reduce the mortality rate from close 30% to meager 5%. The soldier said, "I saw an angel." Dude, that's a massive change. Holy shit. That's a big change. Yikes. All newspapers in London reported her as a real angel descending from heavens into the battlefield. The people were crazy about the female hero appearing at the Queen's age. She gained a lot of acclamation. People wanted to marry her, people wanted to interview her, and so on. However, she never smiled. She's no angel, she's only saved people. She continued her work and brought great reform to battlefield medicine and military hygiene. She brought even Queen Victoria, the head of state of the time, to her side and continued her reforms. Her progress in analyzing medical history, lost language, man, for her reforms made her known as a pioneer in statistics. Additionally, she made overall improvement in all fields of national medical science, like developing the Royal Sanitary Commission in order to reform workhouses and prevent epidemics. Yeah, too bad that doesn't really work well today, because people are fucking selfish and dumb as fuck. I'm legit pissing me. If anyone want to watch an good video about this in general, or at least watch a video where someone is really ripping people apart for being these dumbasses, I do suggest D'Angelo Wallace. He made a really good video talking about these people, especially the famous YouTubers, TikTokers, and all that is breaking these regulations and just causing this fucking massive outburst of the virus. Not satisfied with the amazing feats she had already accomplished by the time of Crimea, she just simply fights against the world with too much death. To save lives, she doesn't mind even the loss of life. Exceedingly simple conviction and fierce attitude are often criticized madness and horror. Therefore, her assigned class is a berserker. She might feel reluctant about it, but no, she can't save people. She pays no mind, if she can. Yeah, I say I would like some, as I said, like a saber. Wouldn't that be freaking cool? You know, I'm just saying idea randomly, but I think that would be neat to have her a little bit more sane, even if she obviously is a little bit bonkers, probably. Then again, most servants are probably not sane at all. But yeah, and I mean, I think it's so fascinating just how much she influenced things back then and still have influence today with all of these things she improved and saw, like the changes she made, which is amazing to think about, because let's be fair, especially if a woman would come there and say like, yeah, this doesn't work, we need to change things, men back then would be most likely be like, no, that doesn't work like that, because femoids. I'm pretty sure that it's not that big difference today. A bit better, but still problems with that. I mean, it was like I'm reading this. I love to read history magazines and stuff like that, and it was this one where it talked about the bicycle, when the bicycle was in the late 19th century, I think it will be 1888 or something like that. The bicycle became more and more a thing, and more modernized and more similar to what we have today. And men didn't like the idea of women using bicycles, because it could give them ideas of freedom and stuff like that. And there was a thing where doctors would write like, yeah, when you're unused to something, like you grimace and all that, and they call it bicycle face that women would get, because they shouldn't bicycle. But it was literally just because you're on a new thing. If you never bicycled before, and you're learning and all that, of course you make grimaces and stuff like that. And yeah, people are weird, man. People are weird. Related characters, all 7. Nightingale perceive them as soldiers. They get injured often. In other words, they are nursing patients. Enemies. Whoever attacks her is an enemy soldier, but there are also lives to be saved. She must first incapacitate them, or else she won't be able to treat them first. Oh yeah, wait, I need to mutilate you a little bit so I can heal you. Nightingale beats her opponent without hesitation to save them, even if she had to take their lives. That doesn't make sense. The Count of Monte Cristo, Caligula, Phantom, the mental ill are nursing patients too. I like how he adding in Dante's in like mental ill person. I mean, that too probably, but still. Oh man. Nightingales, as you can see, were 3 bags. I designed in a way because I thought making her carry stuff would make her silhouette would look funny with big puffs on her hips. When the service started, I saw everyone else's character with awesome weapons and got really anxious, feeling I screwed up for drawing Nightingale empty-handed. So it's hugely relieved to find out she fight by just punching and kicking. Yeah, and I do like her design and all that. That for sure. The nickname is only a thing in Japan as far as I could research. In English-speaking country, her nose nickname is Lady with a Lamp. Oh. And there is no comment from Potato. Are you well, Potato? I'm worried, man. But yeah, Nightingale, I like her as a character. Seriously, she is pretty awesome, and I kind of like the idea of this, like literally going around and punching people so she can heal them. She's one of the few berserkers I really want. It's her and like Mama Raiko, I think, and Ku Alter. Who else? Yeah, it's not that many others actually, but yeah, I like the idea of a berserker that's actually a healer and all. Though I would love, as I said, I would love to see a saber or maybe even an archer, because guns and all that. Maybe I could see that as well, but I think that would be nice to see like a different Nightingale that can be like versatile and yeah, still a bit crazy, but maybe not as crazy as Berserk one, of course. But yes, she is a nice character. I like her, and I think she's a funny one because she's very different. Like, oh yeah, I'm a healer, but I'm fucking gonna kill you if I heal it. Though obviously that's a bit like, oh god, she going a little bit bonkers on that one, doesn't she? And yeah, that's it. Nightingale. And next up is, ooh, Ooh, Chulainn! Alter. AKA Spiky Dog. Oh man. His design is so fab and weird, but also so fucking badass. I mean, I like how fab he is with high heels, which is literally pretty much a spike, and the clawed feet and all of that, you know? And then he have like this alien tail, like fucking xenomorph, like, what? So yeah, I think it's actually really cool. And I don't know how many times I have used someone's Chulainn and they fucking saved my ass. Because he like all other Chulainns have like evade through the wazoo, so to speak. Yeah, dude, that is I do like it actually. It's so fucking out of the top. Though the knee, I mean, obviously, I feel like it's not easy to move around with those, and especially, I mean, these knee stabbers, man. Oh, dude, that's awesome to see the MP. That's badass, actually. Dude, I like that, actually. That looks really cool. Yeah, he's one of the berserkers I actually really want as well. But how the fuck do you hold a spear without impaling your hand, man? There's spikes literally everywhere. Oh, man. I guess he likes to live in the pain. Yeah, that's a lot of spikes, man. I mean, seriously, he's like, you know what? Spikes. Yeah, and the artist is like, yeah, but how many spikes? And Chulainn like, spikes. Okay. Lots of spikes. Berserk, Chulainn, Alter, Celtic Mythology, Europe, Chaotic Evil. Yeah. And also, I kind of like Chulainn. Even if we haven't seen super much of him in the game. I do like him when he appears and like, just being an ass back towards Med. I think that's pretty fun. Strength A, Endurance B+, Agility C A+, man. Mana C, Luck D. The Chulainn luck is still holding out there, I see. MPA. Also was Orion, all other Chulainns. Indeed. Class skill, Mad Enhancement EX equivalent to C. Wait, what? Since it's a berserk class born from the wish to the grail, while it equals to 0, it's possible to have logical conversation. However, since any use of its sophistry has no effect and decision other than hitting toward a target and pushing forward won't happen, it can be said that the conversation with the opponent is substantially impossible. Okay. Divinity C. Aptitude to be Chulainn, who is the shadow of the sun god Lug, is endowed with high aptitude to become a divine spirit. Since he had been altered, his divinity is ranked down from usual. Okay, so it's ranked down. Okay. I was like, wait, isn't that Divinity C really low? Since he literally is the son of the sun god? I'm just saying. Personal skills. Battle continuation A. Doesn't know when to give up to the bitter end. The tenacity of a beast. The ability to continue fighting. Can survive as long as he doesn't receive a decisive fatal wound. And it's possible to fight even if he receives wounds that leaves him on the verge of death. Madness of the Elementals A. The bellow of Chulainn awakens the elementals sleeping in the earth and crushes the mentality of the soldiers from the enemy army. A mental interference temporarily ranked down the strength and agility parameters of all members to the enemy front. Rune Magecraft B. Possession of Scandinavian magic crests runes. At the time of manifestation in this state, Chulainn automatically activates the Magecraft equivalent to Mage Resistance skill. Fundamentally not used in FGO. Dude. Man, so you can still use Rune Magecraft at that level? Like, holy shit, that's pretty bonkers. Man, Berserker throwing magic around like that? And the entire thing froze there. Fuck me. Bangu. Protection against arrows. Cooks. A defensive effect against projectile weapons. Evade projectile seen with the eye down caused by Magecraft. Since in Madden, it suffered drastic rank down from usual. Still, this is one of the most OP fucking defensive abilities ever, I think. Because you can pop it and then you can just have it on until, and hopefully you have the CD over when they finally like attack him, so they reduce it and all of that. So it's like, man, Gay Bogue, Spear Gouging and Piercing Massacre, B++. Oh man. A homing demonic spear means almost the same, no offense, when usually summoned. Okay, this is a bit different. By throwing his automatic tracking demonic lance, he sweeps up the enemy within range. Since the full power throw to the degree of being willing to collapse his own body, its power and effect range have risen when compared to his usual summoning. It has an instant death effect against the entire enemy front and deal great damage in the case of not dying instantly. Man. Since he's throwing while regenerating the collapsing body through RuneSmaker, Chulainn doesn't receive damage but can't prevent the sharp pain. Fundamental use. Oh, yeah. That would be pretty. Like. Yeet! Massive yeet! That would be cool. Kuruid Koinshin. Beast of crunching death fangs. Crunchy. Kuruid Koinshin. The rage of the rampaging Chulainn temple embodies a skeleton of the monster of the Red Sea who became the origin of demonic spear game. That's interesting, because when I think about it, I don't know where Gabo comes from. I mean, I know it's a cool spear, red spear and all that, but the marine beast Kuruid and clad his body in its armor. An offensive type bone armor, wearing it rank up his endurance and his strength parameter become EX. Oh man. Soaring spear that strike with death. Can't be used while acting with these novel phantasms. Is that this MP? I assume. But man, that is pretty interesting. Holy shit. So it's like a Leviathan skeleton on him or something like that. That's pretty neat. Chulainn, who has become king of massacre. He has acquired a ferociousness and nature like those of the beast. But the vigor of his life force isn't something to survive, but to lead to death. What is the wish of a beast? It's not survival, it's dashing. Beasts eat meat to survive and not to scamper. That's why this Chulainn discard even the desire to eat as useless. Just fast, just far, just meaningless. As if believing that place where he will, after using up all his strength, is his goal. Amen. He will murder an enemy, whether it's a good person, a rogue spirit, or a friend. He doesn't think fighting is fun. If it's standing as an enemy, he won't hesitate even if he is facing Skatash. If an ally repeat a mistake, there won't be mercy. The lack of pangs of the one who stands at the top of soldier of the warrior race, the Celts, will make anyone shake. Man, dude. Talk about being brutal, man. I mean, I'm sorry. I managed to. I accidentally typed your name wrong again, sir. Slice! You wrote my name. I mean, I might not. He would go to Starbucks and then write his name wrong twice, and he's like. And everyone like, no! Something like that. Motivation, attitude towards the master. Attitude towards the master is completely indifference. Since he thinks of him as a battle machine and as a blade, he won't oppose any unreasonable order if he thinks it's not impossible. However, he won't respond to any order that has to do with doing something other than battle-related things at all. He has a strong will to think he just being that kills the enemy and not to be concerned if anything besides that. Dala. I'm an important warrior of Ulster. Since I've been summoned as a servant, I'll do what I gotta do. Don't take the personality of a servant much into account. We are weapons after all. I too will turn into enemies at a moment if necessary. All curse release, no moderation, challenge despair. Kurid Koinshin. Oh, you're up there, Chulainn. Usually it's Tifa sleeping up there, but it's Chulainn this time. Historical depiction appearance. The brave hero of Celtic Ulster Society. I mean, we have more here, but it looks like first that this is the only thing. Like, okay, that's okay. So much for the historical depiction. A member of the Order of the Red Branch, as well Ulster's strongest warrior, he won fame by freely using invisible demonic spearmanship received from the leader of the spirit world, Land of Shadows, Skatash. Manifesting as a berserker, the equipment of his whole body turns black, and his personality changes too. His facial expression is ruthless. His noble phantoms of demonic spear become red mixed with black, and he projects a sinister presence. A servant reflecting Queen Med's wish for Chulainn to be an evil king similar to me. So it's Med's fault? He abandoned the cheerfulness of Chulainn and exposed his side as a battle machine. Damn you, she's queen! Then again, I guess we should be happy because I kind of like this Chulainn. That the Celtic soldier opposed in the 5th chapter were merciless was not only by Med's power, but also because they were led by Chulainn's cruelty. Oh yeah, I remember that. In America, was it right? I think something like that at least. He continues fighting not out of joy as a warrior, but only in the order to prove that he is the king. Many some have accused his way of being foolish, but that's natural. The kings that Chulainn saw were without exception foolish. Makes sense. That said, his thirst for victory is by far stronger than that of a normal Chulainn. That because winning is an obvious duty. Logical cogitation and speech are possible, but since all of them are vectorially directed to winning battles, a conversation with the opponent can't fundamentally be established. Because of that, he has no mercy and begging for one's life has no effect. Oh no, begging and all that is my speciality. You can throw Gay Bog with its throwing version, but the power is higher than that of a usual Gay Bog. As a compensation, his right arm will be damaged to the point of being torn off each time he acts. What? But I compensated by the regeneration and recovering it with Rune Magecraft. Only sharp pain enough to make an ordinary person go crazy can't be prevented, but Chulainn eluded by simply enduring it. Imagine using weapons like that, you throw it and literally your arm will fall off. Nani? Jaha, you're here now, Chulainn. Hello. Related characters, Med. She gave birth to Chulainn Alta, the queen that kept directing her impossible distorted as well ardent affection to him. Skatash, the largest wall, crush her, overcome her, trample her, don't long to battle, aspire to win, simply just feed the emptiness gained after winning to the dogs. Chulainn, my positive side, ain't he too bright? Is this for real? Comment from Illustrator. I got the designator to a distorted King Chulainn, but Chulainn has the image of a warrior in my head, so I went through hell working to fill the image gap. Yeah. Oh my god. Chulainn, please. Why do you need to headbutt my hand when I'm trying to scroll? You're such a fucking troll, cat. Yeah. Silly. The number of rejected drafts is overwhelmingly larger compared to other characters, and in the end I put all the parts together and made him thorny with tail, cape and tattoos. But it caused a lot of trouble with the consistency in the 3 views, since he was wearing his skeleton of Kurud, same as his spear as armor. I introduced marine life design on the whole. I think that makes sense. That's pretty neat. And that's it. That's Chulainn Altar. Man. I really do like him. I mean, he's a berserker. He go in there, he's angry, he's just stabbing everything, and I have 5 million spikes. I mean, it's pretty obvious that he just walk in, and people die be nearing him because of all the spikes he has, you know. And I kind of like the idea of this sea creature, like that it done its bones as an armor and all that. I think that is pretty fucking badass. But yeah, he has a crazy design and all of that. So, yeah, he's definitely a servant I would hope to get one day. I think it's pretty neat. And yeah, that will be FGO Thursday for today. And I will be back with more FGO Thursday next week. And thanks, Potato, and that helped me by making this happen. Really, really appreciate it. So, thank you everyone. See you later on. And have a continued super great day.